Currently, we are like sheep without shepherd. That's what I want Ugandans to know. And we need to know that we as citizens have to rise up and redeem ourselves. I am telling you. And therefore, my call to Ugandans is be honest and know that the situation is bad. Impunity has gone beyond. When people who are planting coffee, who are doing all their own, who should benefit, and say, no, we don't want this and we want that, and a president raises up and say, you are playing with fire. Really? Why don't you say honestly, in this kind of environment, unless we rise up ourselves and be honest and say enough is enough, we shall be talking inside these halls like this, and then we shall continue. We shall be. Therefore, my strategy is, please don't fear. You know, this country has our motto for God and my country. I can't live without telling you about God. Why do you think Miria Matembe talks like this? The man says you are facing fire, and I say, Orimba, you can't be fire. God is our maintainer, is our sustainer, and we must tell you also when you are doing wrong. Therefore, let us look to our God, be courageous, be strong. You as journalists also, if God made you journalists, stand up and face the challenges and all that kind of thing. Don't fear. And you Ugandans, be strong and courageous and raise up and be honest yourselves. And in each area where you work, ask God what part must you play to ensure that we go back to a democratic governance as opposed to a total dictatorial government. Play your role, which God tells you. That's what I will tell you. Otherwise, what strategies can I give you? The laws are there, the policies are there, the rules are there, but somebody violates all of them. Rise up also and disobey him and obey God, and then God will come to us and help us like he redeemed the children of Israel. It is time to rise up and break camp and move forward, as it says in the Bible.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Matembe. A round of applause to our panel.
By the way, but this is not yogerako. Eno shimanyi rationalization. Katugambe nti bagala kukendeeza public expenditure. Kubanga nene nnyo. Nze mbadde ndowooza nti wa President Museveni bw'aba ayagala Uganda n'abana Uganda n'agamba nti kyokka katukendeeze ku public expenditure, esente ezigenda ku government ne public tuzifiiseko zirabirira abantu. Owulidde? Yandiba tatandikira mu ofiisi ye alabe essente z'ayina mu nsi muno ezakozesa ye nga president w'eggwanga. President w'eggwanga n'omukazi we ne mutabani we za convoy zonna ezo sente ezo ne allowance byonna bye bafuna byonna ebyo singa atandikiraawo. Okay. Ba presidential advisors abalonda buli lunaku, ba cabinet ministers ababeereyo tebalina na kye bakola, ne wagenda na presidential advisors ne wagenda aba bantu bonna ababo bateekamu singa atandikiraawo. Awo tugamba nti aha muzeeyo n'alabika ayagala naffe kutuyamba, sente z'abadde bakozeseeyo naffe tukozeseeko. Naye State House, President's Office, expenditure zeeyongera. Owulidde? Ate nga tezina kye zitugasa ffe nga bannayuganda. Bw'ogenda n'olaba juzi namulira agamba nti eno hoteri bagiyita kyeno ye part of Africa. Yatandika dda abantu ne batugamba nti yiye. Ebyavaamu ne mbiraba nti hoteri simanyi kati bagenda kugitwala simanyi kugitunda. N'avaayo nti nedda government ejja kugiredeeminga. Nze njagala kubabuuza eyo hoteri gye mulabaawo sente za Uganda zigendemu nguzi gijjeyo ngu bananyiniyo baleka okufiirwa. Bananyiniyo baani? Ate hoteeri egasa ki Abannayuganda? Naye n'oteekamu esente za Uganda n'agamba nti anampakanya anandaba ogw'omuliro. Bw'oba olaba nga zino esente simanyi waliwo ze baawa omukazi oyo yagende akola ebiki eyo mu North eyo. Mbyerabira amannya mwe munkutte bukutte. Nga tayina ebivaayo ebigasa Abannayuganda. Naye kati Abannayuganda n'alaba eno UCDA ekwata ku Bannayuganda be bagimanyi. Omwami oyo talumangako ku mwanyi yapromotinga ente n'amata ge. Naye kati n'ayingira. Singa cooperatives teyazibaninga, singa simanyi Banyankole kweteerana ki byonna ebyo na Bugisu kweteerana ebyo byonna singa teyabijjako, twandibadde abaavu nga bwe tuli you people. Naye kaakati omwanyi gukolwa Abanyayuganda. Owulidde? Atayinza atya kugamba mwe Abannayuganda bampakanya mwe mugenda kundaba faya. Ate gwe omwanyi gubakwatako, bye boogera babimanyi bibakwatako. Gwe lwaki olowooza nti gwe kyolowooza kye kiteekwa kukolera Abanyayuganda? Gwe oli muntu omu n'olowooza nga kyolowooza gwe ne famire yo kye kiteekwa kukolera Abanyayuganda. Really okwo okunyooma okutuukidde awo. Nze nali wano mu biseera bya Amini. Wakiri Amini yatugamba nti nze am dictator life president period. Ne tutuula ne tukimanya. Teyayonoona sente zaffe mu bululu. Ono lwakitatuula n'agamba nti nze ndi life president, ekyo nakyo ne kigwa. Kubanga bw'atagamba ekyo elections zitandise, esente zigenda omwo, abantu babakuba, abalala babatta, abantu badisappearinga ku elections ez'obulimbi. Ziba zaaki ezo? N'olwekyo nze bana Abannayuganda, nze mbagamba nammwe mwerowoozeeko nga bwe muli, mulekeraawo okutya omusajja oyo. Omusajja oyo muntu omu, omusajja oyo si Katonda, omusajja oyo musituke. Kati ng'abaana ba palamenti abapapa palamenti benjagala kuyita sitaani zonnyini bayinza batya kubeera ba representative b'abantu ne bagenda mu palamenti ngu bali mu kokasi ebya constituency zaabwe ze babagamba si byo bateekayo ngu bo bawuliriza ebyani ebya president kubanga bali ku ssente kubanga bali ku byabawa. Nze bananga Bannayuganda mbabuulire kujjako nga mwenenyeza Katonda ebibi byonna bye tukoze ne mulooka ne mufukamira ne mukaaba ne mufa kutya omusajja oyo mujja kusigala nga bwe muti. Nze nti emyaka yange mugiraba, nze ngenda nsaasiramu abato. Nze at least zange nazinookinze ziri mu Bayibuli, mwabali eyo muggyemu ki? Muleke okutya musituke ne Katonda wammwe mu redeeming.
Is to inform the public, the citizens, about things they need to know, which they would not have known if it was not for these journalists. And now we actually thank God for this social media, although it does such bad things, but it has actually enlarged the role of these originally quiet media or journalists, because the space within which to report was narrow. But now with social media, even our mothers down in the villages, they know what is going on, those who have the telephone. And of course, you should know that once your role is to inform the public or citizens about things that are happening, and you are operating in an environment which wants its citizens not to know things, then you should expect what will happen to you. First of all, I looked at what we are going to say was testimony. I think I also have a testimony before I answer your question. My testimony is, I am sure NBS is here. When NBS introduced the program of the front line, we were 3 frontliners. The rest were guests. There was DP, Mau representing parties, opposition. There was NRM, representing government, Ofonopondo, representing government. And there was Miria Matembe representing the people. Because I had no party, so my role was to speak. And when I spoke, NBS was threatened. They kept threatening them, remove that woman because she's opening the ears and eyes of Ugandans. And NBS at first resisted a bit, but the moment the late, God rest his soul in peace, Eri Tumwine was appointed the Minister for Security. It was even on Thursday when he was sworn in. I was about to go for the program. They rang me and said, please, madam, don't turn up. You are no longer to come as a frontliner on NBS. So did you know what happened? That's why I was chased out of NBS, because I was saying it to them and they didn't want the people to know. Say she's opening people's eyes and ears. And that's how you lost me out on NBS frontline. Of course, at times they invite me, but even then they get threatened. You are bringing that woman back. And then, so if they can chase me who is not even a journalist, who stands for what is right, it is that everybody. The impunity, crimes is it what is called? Against everybody who stands for what is right. And when you tell me of the three institutions of the state, three organs, I have always told you, and I'm telling Ugandans here, that there is only one organ among the three who has the total authority. And moreover, the authority, I wouldn't call it authority of executive, I call it authority of one individual. I mean, when it comes to this coffee thing, you have seen the total swearing that they will see me, I'll deal with them. Anybody who opposes will see me. Now, I want you to know, while you comfort yourself, while you talk, while you fear, that this country, although in paper on the constitution which we made, I was a party, I was a constitutional commissioner, I was a CA delegate, the constitution which we made, which has been killed, murdered and murdered. I don't know how much is remaining of it. But I want all Ugandans to be honest and know that we are in a dictatorial government. And when a government is dictatorial, you don't expect, all you expect is violation of human rights of all those who are on the other side of it. So when you talk of legislature, which legislature are you talking about? I have always told you that the legislature, the judiciary are all captured by what? You talk of cabinet ministers. Is there anybody who can take a decision and it is a decision? The other day I was there, we were celebrating the Honorable Nanka was being chosen as a canon. And the president was the chief guest. And he talked and said, all these people, I was there. I have got to do, they've got to agree with me. When they don't, nobody, I can assure you, nobody will prevent me from doing what I want to do. Now, if you say you are democratically elected by the people, who and the Constitution says all power belongs to the people. Now, if the people of Uganda are saying, for us, this is what we want, and for you say, no, you must all agree with me,
This parliament is meaningless. Do you know the reason why we even gave the parliament the authority even to impeach the president? Didn't you see the parliament in Kenya doing a job? Don't put me that I don't know cons and whatever. But you saw the power of what? Of a parliament. But here a parliament which is called to watch. Can you imagine the parliament, members of parliament and the speaker being called? A parliament is supposed to supervise the executive and not the executive supervising the parliament.
All right.
So in your country, since you called me, get it to know, you journalists or whoever you are. I mean, get the truth, know the truth, and know that you are operating under an environment which is upside down, and therefore find strategies to deal with such kind of environment, rather than deceiving yourself. We have parliament, we have what? You don't.